Hello and welcome to my studio journal. Now back in 2022, I started to redesign my home studio, shifting from software to hardware for the first time. What began as a few videos for some curious students soon became an ongoing unfiltered record. So today is day 13. It's very hot here. I went to bed about like 4 a.m. just looking at the ceiling because it was just, I couldn't get comfortable. Whether I'm thinking clearly today or not, I hope enough to at least be able to do some of this stuff right. That bar that I had all the audio suspended on, I didn't think that was going to hold, and it didn't, so it fell down. So what I did is installed 3 brass screws along the shelf just below the Roland keyboard that you can see right there. And then I'm just using this nylon cord that we had from a curtain assembly. And so I just made loops like this, and the bar goes through the loops, and anyhow, it's going to be suspended, and it'll work out just fine there. We also have to use our trusty hole saw here today to cut some holes in the side of the compressor, which is over there, and the patch bay over here, in order to make room for those cables to run out so we can push the units all the way back to the wall. I just have to tidy things up a little bit. That's where this comes in. We got some more hooks today, so that's good. And then we also have this right here, and we're going to test these out later. These are very, very, very cheap audio cables found on Amazon. And we will see what this cheap set of cables performs like. If it does well enough, then I'll get some more for running to the compressor, and maybe even a set for the MoDX. If you hear anything in the background, that's because it's a holiday and everybody's home, and so it's pretty busy around here. And I guess we should get to it then. So this is the plan, and it should only take 4.5 hours. I hope not. Anyhow, this is the power unit up here. This is the patch bay right here. Everything has been separated. There's like this much of a gap between anything that's power and anything that's audio. All audio is running on one side, all the power is running on the other. So now what I need to do is take this hole saw, put a hole in the back here, because I'm going to run the audio out of the unit on the side, underneath this shelf. I'm going to clip everything, all the cables, using these cable clips right here. And everything is going to be labeled, so I'm going to be able to look underneath the shelf and see what cord belongs to the cord, which one belongs to the Roland FA, which one belongs to, and then finish wiring everything at least to the main wall. From there on in, I got it rewired around to the main desk. Once I've done that, then we're ready to try the new audio cables to see how those things work out. Before I even test out those cables, what I need to do is get everything hooked back up again and running. So I'm going to have to be able to get to the point where I can walk around the room, play each instrument, and hear what's going on. This wiring stuff, it just does take forever. Alright, so on each one of these I did the best I can to separate audio and power. So in this case we see the audio is actually on this side of the stand and the power is on this side of the stand. In this one, same thing, the power is on this side of the stand and the audio is on this side of the stand to separate it. Here we couldn't really separate it too much, but we did have to kind of cross them going at 90-degree angles, and I have another plan for that if I have any sort of issues with audio there. Here's where the power unit is on the top of this case, and on the bottom of this case is where the patch bay is, and if we look inside, we see that everything is separated as well, as much as I can possibly separate it. With the mixer down here, all audio cables are at the bottom here, and all the power is run out to the side. In fact, it's run over top of the power conditioner and to that side and plugged in there. The Roland is the same thing. We have the keyboard right here. The power cable is running underneath, down, and into the power unit. Once again, separated from the patch bay. We go over to the Korg mini log. If we look at the back there, we do have a power cord and an audio cord running the same way. Well, I'm going to fix that right now. Well, I said I'd fix it, and I did. We have the power cord, as in the other side, running behind the stand. And underneath the stand, we have the audio going. Now for the moment of truth where we turn everything on, we see how much background noise we get on all this stuff and whether this has actually helped at all. So this is about 5 hours after the fact, but we are getting closer. Things are now all patched in, plugged in, ready to go. The time that it took me to repatch everything, separating all the audio from the power and that, did it really make that much of a difference? Well, in some cases, I mean, it did a little bit. Not a whole bunch, but a little bit. But we're not done yet. There's still lots of little things that have to be worked out. All right, well, here is day 13 so far. Put the holes in the side of the power conditioner rack so that the audio could be ran out of there into and across the room. I've separated all the audio from the power, which did help. It does sound much, much cleaner because I'm really dying to get to these cords that I ordered. I want to see if these TRS cables are any good. But anyhow, I'm just going to take a quick break. Then we're going to take a look at those cords and then take a look at the setting up Universal Audio 476 and see if we can get that thing going. I also got another thing here, but this is more for tomorrow to see if it'll work because I have 2 other things coming tomorrow as well to finish things up. I'm still not done. That's the machine cords. So now I gotta reconnect those, patch those in through the back, and then we have to tidy this thing up, and I have some USB extensions coming tomorrow for stuff like this. And then if these cables do work, I have a feeling I'll be ordering some more. If you'd like to follow the full journey, check out my online studio journal linked in the description. Until next time, I'm just a music teacher having fun. Catch you on the next one.